The short S31 half-scale testbed for the short Stirling. The handling characteristics of a giant four-engine bomber were something of an unknown when Short's S29 Stirling was commissioned. To answer various aerodynamic questions, a half-scale testbed called the S31 was designed and flown on the 19th of September 1938 by John Lancaster Parker and Hugh Green, and seated two in tandem in overall silver finish. And the S31 had a long takeoff run and a tendency to swing to the right. In the air it handled like a fighter. The short, wide wings gave a good rate of roll, in particular an increase in wing incidence for better takeoff performance was called for, but was too complicated for a modification. The main wheel legs were extended to give the same effect. Longitude control changes were made at the same time. Horn-balanced elevators were trialled, but a large tailplane with conventional elevators was the eventual solution. In contrast to the all-metal Stirling, the S31 had a plywood-covered wing, plywood-covered semi-monocoque fuselage, and all-wooden tail unit. The S31 was originally built with 90 horsepower Plebjoy Nigeria 3 radials. These were later replaced by 115 kilowatt Nigeria 6s. The short Stirling prototype itself flew in May 1939, giving little chance for the S31 to influence its design. The S31 was scrapped in 1943. What a shame, it wouldn't look good in a museum, that, because of course there are no Stirlings left. And in March, with a larger tailplane, in 1940, now in green/brown camouflage, with yellow undersides, the short S31 was fitted scale mock-ups of the Bunton Paul Type O Ventinal and H-type dorsal twin cannon turrets. Proposed for a version of the short Stirling 2, it was tested in RAE, Royal Aircraft Establishment, 7.3 metre wind tunnel. Further flights were made from March 13, 1942 onwards, with a shortened UC, and the short S31 was scrapped after a takeoff accident in February 1943. Specifications: crew 2, it doesn't even look like it can fit 2. Power plant 4 114 horsepower Plebjoy Nigeria radial piston engines, never heard of. Maximum speed 184 miles per hour. Span 48 feet 7 inches. Length 43 feet 7 inches, and weight 5,700 pounds. Fairey Delta II of 1954, experimental aircraft. To further the study of Delta Wing aircraft, Fairey was commissioned to build two true high-speed afterburning research machines. Two aircraft were built with the RAF serials Whiskey Golf 774 and Whiskey Golf 777. The first was flown by Royal Navy pilot Peter Twiss. On the 6th of August 1954, an engine failure and principal gear up landing damage at Whiskey Golf 774 and delayed the programme for 8 months. The second aircraft was refitted with an RA-28R Avon and an eyelid afterburner, which worked in a bang-bang on-off manner. On the 10th of March 1956, the FD2 took the world speed record when Peter Twiss flew Whiskey Golf 774 to 1,132 miles per hour. This beat the previous record set by an F-100C Super Sabre by 310 miles per hour and was to last 21 months, a long time in those days of fast-paced aeronautical progress. Whiskey Golf 774 was converted BAC 221 in conjunction with the Concorde program. Whiskey Golf 777 is now on display at the Royal Air Force Museum. The fuel capacity was very limited. With the aircraft's afterburner, there was only 25 minutes of flight. The second aircraft later became blue overall. The FD2 featured a droop snort nose, For better forward visibility on takeoff and landing, the nose was linked to the nose gear doors, which opened when the nose drooped. The Delta II was the first aircraft to exceed 1,600 kilometers or 1,000 miles per hour. The world absolute speed record. The two aircraft went on to contribute to the design of the Concorde program. Specifications: Crew 1. Power plant 1 13,100 pounds thrust Rolls-Royce RA 28R Avon afterburning turbojet engine. Maximum speed 1,822 kilometers or 1,132 miles per hour. Span 26 feet 10 inches. Length 51 feet 8 inches. Height 11 feet. And weight 13,884 pounds. Well, I'm not surprised that 3 people have unsubscribed over the past few days. I was going to make a third video this week to make up for last week's midweek episode. Unfortunately, I have been ill again, just like Christmas, and that hasn't got done. We also have our main channel to think about, and our next channel that's being brought online in April. Otherwise, I would love to do daily videos on this channel. I really would.